one mentor, maybe two mentors, maybe a couple of different mentors, on working out the very fundamental basics of storytelling, figuring out how to translate their big, beautiful ideas into text on a piece of paper. They have finished those pieces of paper and handed them off to these wonderful volunteer actors. Let's give them a hand. And they are going to perform these screenplays written by members of your school community here in front of you pretty much right now. And that's very exciting news. But we first have to introduce all of our writers who have worked so hard to put their ideas onto the pieces of paper that are going to be read off of. So without further ado, one by one, can we please give a big hand for Aisha Nimaga? Such a tremendously supportive audience. We are going to jump right into our show. So I'm going to invite our first writer-mentor group up to the podium to introduce their piece. Please give a big hand to Aisha, Elisha, and Nelson.
further ado, Celine, and Jello's unusual day. Exterior, pink dunes on the beach day. Celine, mid-20s, low-key, nonchalant seal person. And Jello, mid-20s, socially awkward and anxious alien are hanging out, playing volleyball. Celine hits the ball over the net and it scores on Jello. Interior ice cream shop day. Celine and Jello walk into the ice cream shop by the boardwalk. As they approach the counter, a mother stuck up a groove, and her child walks by. The mother gives a dirty look at Jello, and the child sees Jello as surprised by the alien. Celine can't stay quiet even though Jello is focused on ice cream, oblivious to the mean comments.
Just because you don't know Jello doesn't make her wretched. Get a life, bozo.
I'm over here. I'm over here.
Hi. I would like a mint pistachio ice cream and butterscotch with white sprinkles.
The cashier, an old grumpy guy, is on the phone and smoking an old-fashioned pipe. He takes one look at Jello, turns his attention back to his
Yeah, you would not believe the kind of thing that's standing here in my store.
Oh my goodness. Was it the Sweet Lady Ohio Farm?
What the name of old spinach is that?
After this line, everyone in the store starts laughing. Celine hears the cashier ignoring Jello, so she walks over to speak up for her.
Hey, excuse me. Could you get off your phone for a minute? We clearly deserve ice cream like everyone else here.
You think I care about that, you scallywag?
Jello gets offended and a little scared, which triggers her body to start melting out of nervousness.
Get out! Get out!
All right, rip-off Popeye mascot. If you think she's so gross, you should look at yourself in the mirror. And your fucking Eat some spinach. It'll be good for you.
Celine and Jello leave the store while the cashier calls someone else on the phone.
Boy, hey, there's some creature crawling around. Came into my shop just now trying to steal. It looked like a sea creature and smelled like a sewer, just like my granny in the olden days. Come and get rid of this thing. It's near the sand dunes.
A little while later, Celine and Jello are back home on the sand dunes, talking like there's no tomorrow.
I can't believe that guy was so mean for no reason. I bet he never even.
I As they're talking, two huge, intimidating security guards walk up with a creepy, evil doctor, Dr. Slug, who looks insane in the membrane and like he's committed 86,206 crimes.
That must be the creature he was talking about. Seems that yellow gelatinous looking thing for my experiment. Yes, get over here.
Security guard 2 approaches Jello and handcuffs her. Jello gets nervous and, like before, starts melting, and the handcuffs can't hold her. Dr. Slug goes off stage and comes back carrying a huge Jello container. Security guard 1 puts on big gloves, scoops up Jello, and puts her in the container.
Whoa. What the heck is happening over here? Don't worry, Jello. I'll come back and save you.
Interior White House laboratory. The security guard escorts Jello's container to a highly secure white padded room in the lab at the White House. Dr. Slug is excited and following along. Celine also managed to sneak in behind the huge security guards so she can rescue Jello.
Get in there, you little creature. Species like you shouldn't be on Earth. Come on, guys. Let's go tell the president that we got the creature.
The doctor and security guards lock her in and walk away. Celine, who was hiding behind some stuff, comes out to release Jello. Using her sharp seal claws, she picks at the multiple locks one at a time. Finally, the door opens. Jello is free! Celine and Jello run for the exit, but suddenly Dr. Slug and the president, who is very tiny but wearing a nice suit, appear to try to stop them.
Dr. Slug, haven't I told you to get better equipment for locking your prisoners in? I know, but she's here now, so let's get to work.
The doctor goes to get Jello, but Celine steps forward and blocks him.
Hey, Mr. President, I know you're literally the size of a mouse, but you should still be clearly aware that Jello is just as much a citizen as the rest of us. You should think about her well-being and let Jello be free.
Well, we really wanted to do some crazy experiments on this weird little freak show. I do have to say that your logic is sound. Jello is a strange creature, but then again, so am I, after all. And if we experimented on every strange creature, well, almost every creature is strange in some way. I mean, get a look of Dr. Slug over here.
Dr. Slug starts to give an offended, evil reaction, but stops halfway and nods that the president is right.
How about you just don't experiment on anybody? Just leave us alone and worry about yourselves. Come on, Jello. These dudes are literally brain rot. Let's go back to the dudes and hang out and eat ice cream.
The end.
Oh, that's much louder than the first one. Okay, up next we have Cubby, Sasha, and Siobhan. Let's give them a hand.
Hi everyone. I had the best time working with Cubby and Sasha. These two. Ooh, can you all hear me? These
I was inspired by the movie The Mitchells versus the Machines and Terminator.
I was also inspired by Mitchell and the Machines.
Did you have fun working on it?
Yes, I had a lot of fun working on it.
That. We hope you guys enjoy the show. Thank you.
The Singers versus, oh, is that too loud for you? The Singers versus the Bots. In Echo Park one afternoon, Rumia, who's very competitive, and Kugo, who's very brave, are at Rumia's birthday party when Kugo spots a flyer on the ground.
Hey, Rumia, look at this.
Kugo hands the flyer to Rumia.
A singing competition! I want to enter it!
Let's work together to win.
Rumia and Kugo walk away from the birthday party. Kugo takes out his phone.
Let's write a song.
Let's write a song!
What should we name it?
Sunset Castle.
Ooh, I like that.
Rumia and Kugo get to work. Rumia sings and Kugo writes. But then,
Hey guys, remember me from music class?
Rumia and Kugo look over to see it's their friend from school, Michelle.
Hi Michelle, what are you doing here? I saw the flyer for the singing competition. Do you guys want to practice at my home studio with me?
Yes, let's do it.
They all walk to Michelle's car and get in. Once Rumia and Kugo are inside, they hear a click. Kugo tries to open the door, but it doesn't budge. Michelle slams her foot on the ignition and the car flies!
Where are you taking us?
Kugo and Rumia take their phones to call for help, but their phones are dead. At the same time, Michelle starts to change. An illusion disappears, and instead of their friend, she's revealed to be a robot. At sunset on the cliffside, the robot drives up a hill that overlooks the ocean. And they don't seem to be stopping, even though there's a cliff ahead that drops into the ocean.
We're about to drive off a cliff. Rumia, isn't this fun?
Rumia gives Kugo major side-eye.
No, we're about to die.
The robot drives off the cliff. Instead of falling in the ocean, the car transforms into a rocket ship car and flies.
This is so cool.
Rumia is passed out. Kugo shakes her awake after he sees something in the distance.
It's a castle in the ocean.
Rumia wakes up and looks out the window. In the middle of the ocean is a medieval-looking castle, and they're headed straight for it. Kugo and Rumia are tied inside the castle with rope.
Why did you bring us here? We are going to steal your voices to win the singing competition.
The Michelle robot lets out a crackle. Meanwhile, an AI robot dog walks around Michelle. Rumia and Kugo exchange a shocked look. Later in the castle, Kugo and Rumia are huddled in a dark cell. Kugo looks visibly hangry while Rumia looks nervous.
How long have you been here? I'm so tired.
Well, I'm getting hungry and angry.
Kugo goes to the cell bars and starts to shake them aggressively.
Feed us! Damos comida!
This is the worst birthday ever.
Kugo calms down a little and turns back to Rumia.
Hey, don't worry. We'll figure a way out.
But how? Now I'll never make it in time for the singing competition.
Rumia looks heartbroken as Kugo goes back to the cell bars and shakes them. The AI dog walks by, doing its rounds on all the cells. Rumia looks at it, and she suddenly gets an idea. She starts looking around the room.
What are you doing?
Rumia lets out an excited noise as she bends down and picks up.
A football!
She goes to Kugo and whispers in his ear. Kugo looks confused at first, but then his face lights up in understanding. Rumio hands Kugo the football, who throws it to the AI dog in the direction of the robot control center.
Hey, fetch!
The AI dog runs after the ball and crashes into the robot control center. Boom! The center explodes and all the cell doors open. Rumio and Kugo cautiously walk out of their cell and look around. No robot stopping them.
Should we steal the keys and take the car?
Yes!
They run to the car and find the keys on the hood. Rumio jumps in the driver's seat and takes them home. Later that evening at the singing competition, Kugo and Rumia are backstage about to perform.
How are you feeling about the competition?
Nervous, but I'm ready.
You're gonna crush it out there at the end.
Rumia and Kugo hug, and then they go out on stage. An hour later, Rumia and Kugo are waiting nervously on stage as the winner is about to be announced.
And the winner is...
Rumia closes her eyes and takes a big, deep breath. This is it.
Rumia and Kugo!
Scream of joy! They've won! They've won! The end! Hey. Next is Rachel Suchi and Diana Exploding on Earth.
Hello. Hi. It has been a pleasure working with Rachel and Diana. Our story is called The Nightmare, and I will pass it over to the writers to talk about it.
The thing that inspired what? Inspired us was part of Flora, where a guy puts where the
It's inspired by a part in the Lorax where someone puts someone on a mattress and they wake up in an ocean. So, that's us.
All right.
This is The Nightmare. At the Bernstein lockers in the morning, Lily, who is a chill high school sophomore, opens her locker. She grabs a few textbooks, while Jessica, a blonde mean girl, walks up to her, knocks down Lily's books aggressively.
Hey, 'cause it's funny. 'Cause it's funny.
Jessica flips her hair in Lily's face and walks away, sassy. The bell rings. Lily walks away, sad. Later at the Bernstein gates, Lily is walking home. Jessica drives past, laughing in her Porsche. Later in Lily's living room, Lily's mom is on the couch working on her laptop.
Hi, sweetie. Hi. I'm really tired. I'm so ready.
Lily goes to her bedroom. She walks to her room, gently closes the door, and screams into her pillow. That night over the Pacific Ocean, Lily, a high school sophomore, awakes in her bed. She looks around panicked as she realizes her bed is floating in the middle of the ocean. In the distance, we see a shark fin inching closer. With her foot, Lily feels something under her blanket. She looks through the sheets to find it. The fin is getting closer. This time she spots it. She finally finds it. It's a paddle. She grabs it quick as the shark swims up closer. With the paddle in hand, Lily tries to smack the shark, but she misses. The paddle falls into the ocean and sinks. The shark is closing in, but it's hiding. Da-na, da-na, da-na. She's scared, and she looks around to try and find it. Nothing. Just then, Prince, a kind of magical goldfish, flies out of the water into her sheets.
I'll help you.
Why?
Because I live in the ocean and I help people in need.
He flops into Lily's hand just as the shark soars at her, but she dodges it, throwing the fish into the shark's mouth.
You're welcome.
The shark dives back into the ocean, and she's safe.
Thank you.
Lily sees an island in the distance. Suddenly, Prince, rolling his eyes, comes up with the paddle.
You'll be needing this.
Thank you.
She grabs the paddle and paddles towards the island. She notices that there is a boat docked at the other end of the island. She paddles faster. Almost there. Then suddenly, a purple octopus-like evil sea monster pops out of the ocean. Lily is terrified. With its huge, scary tentacle, the sea monster grabs her leg. She wiggles her foot free. The sea monster dives back into the ocean. She looks around. It's nowhere to be found. Thinking she is safe, she grabs the paddle again. But little does she know, right behind her, the sea monster has come out of the ocean. She paddles faster. The sea monster surrounds Lily. It's going to eat her.
Don't eat me!
Just then, lightning strikes the sea monster, drowning it in the water. Lily watches it sink, happy that she's safe. She peeks into the water. The sea monster has morphed into Jessica.
Jessica?
With the paddle, she saves Jessica and pulls her onto the bed. Once she's up on the bed, Lily does a few chest compressions to wake Jessica back up. Jessica wakes up, coughing up water.
You're welcome.
Together they paddle toward the boat. Dream sequence. morning, in Lily's bedroom, Lily awakes in her bed, in her room, safe. She smiles. The end. It'll work. There it is. It's back. We got it. We got it. Last up, certainly not least, we have Allison, Aaliyah, Jamie, and Christy.
Christina. And we had the fortune of working with Aaliyah and Allison, and it was great to watch something come out of nothing, and turned out really great. This is called Stumbling Through History. Getting the story right can be clumsy, so do you guys want to tell what inspired you and your experience?
What inspired me was like the PBS Kids wall hug thing about like how they explore about it, and so yeah.
Interior, Egypt, 1918. One of the Great Pyramids, evening. Syndrome, 20s, nervous, writes on a clipboard. Taking notes as he investigates a mummy he's found on the ground. He looks around the pyramid, finding clues and cross-referencing other materials to make sense about the mummy. Suddenly, a cracking noise behind him is heard. Syndrome looks and sees the mummy he's been examining is gone. The mummy he's been examining is gone.
I was still researching you. I still have so many questions. Who were you? What was your life like? Wait, mummies aren't supposed to move.
He turns around and the mummy stands behind him.
Why have you interrupted my sleep? I want you out of here!
I'm just trying to understand what's happening here. Why are you able to move around? That's definitely not supposed to. Trust me, I've read a lot about it. Well, maybe not you, but also maybe about you. I'm not sure. I haven't gotten that far yet.
The mummy lunges at him. They chase each other. Syndrome trying to get away. The mummy actively trying to get him.
Get out of my pyramid! I want you gone forever! And if you don't go, I'll eat you. What do you choose? Live and leave? Or stay and eat?
Syndrome moves to leave, but steps on a booby trap. The exit is now covered by a giant boulder. Syndrome is trapped. He stops in his tracks, but steps on another booby trap. This one releases tons of scorpions and spiders.
More protein for me.
Syndrome starts furiously shaking off the scorpions and spiders, freaking out. The mummy watches this unfold, hardly believing how inept this guy is.
Get a load of this guy.
The mummy takes in Syndrome, tripping over everything, falling all over himself. Resigned, she sits and begins to rewrap her dressings, the way you might examine your manicure, if you had a manicure and not bandages.
Oh, you asked why I move around and talk. Well, there's a simple answer. There's a curse on this pyramid. You're not supposed to be here. And you invoked the curse. And a million booby traps. Booby traps. But I don't think you're supposed to have them all go off like that. It's supposed to take some time.
What curse? Curses aren't real. I'm here to study. I'm a scholar. And people study pyramids and the things that's inside of them.
What's a scholar?
Well, a person who studies, why don't you know that?
Oh, no, not at that word. But I've been asleep a long time, and this isn't my first language, okay? So I'm working with what I have here, all right? But let's think about this. You want to get out, and I want to go back to sleep. I'd also like to eat you, but you seem truly hopeless, which would probably make me taste sort of sour or sandy or something. So, no thanks.
But wait. I do want out of here alive and to avoid being eaten. But if I come out of here with no information, nobody will believe me. They'll just send another scholar back here.
Ah, there it is, the scholar word. You hear it, you hear a word once and it's like suddenly it's all over the place. But good point. They'll send somebody all over again. And that won't help us sleep. So what do we do, scholar?
Well, you could tell me about yourself. I asked.
The mummy gets more comfortable as Syndrome tentatively tries to sit down, nervously, uncertain if the mummy is done trying to eat him.
Well, ride quickly so we can make this quick and I can get back to sleep.
Totally. Just let me grab my notebook.
Syndrome manages to trip and fall 3 or 4 times in the course of removing a notebook from his bag. The mummy just shakes her head. Syndrome shakes off the vines from his latest fall.
Scholars, are you all this clumsy?
No, that's just me.
Well, my story starts like that. A lot of stories, okay? I was married off against my will to a powerful rich creep. All the children in the village
mummy stands and starts pacing. She trips over her bandages comically.
But that's the thing. I did. On the way back, I tripped because I'm clumsy. Just like you. The children were safe, but I wasn't. He blamed everything on me. I took the fall, so to speak. He didn't know where the children were, so he made something up. History. Scholars like you have not remembered me kindly.
No, they haven't. But this is your chance. You can rewrite history. That's what I do.
Syndrome starts writing and writing. He sees time is passing, and he's doing just what he promised. The mummy alternatively is getting more and more comfortable, moving more towards sleep. And finally, he holds up his papers completed.
And done. The truth.
The mummy sits up, but just slightly, she smiles.
All right. Then at last, I can truly sleep, and the curse on this pyramid is broken. You can go.
She lays back down definitively, and Syndrome stares.
Really?
Yeah, he's out.
Syndrome waves, grabbing his stuff, tripping a little, but making his way to freedom. Everyone wins. The end.
Can I get all of my young storytellers back up here really quickly? Come on, all my young storytellers. Audience, can we please give our young storytellers one more big round of applause? All right, let's go down. We're going to say thank you to Netflix, our wonderful mentors, for mentoring this semester. Thank you to Principal James, all of the office staff, and to our terrific actors for acting with us today. That's our show. Till next semester. Peace.